Paper.
See ya.
No, not that. A local one.
Oh, all right. I don't know what's up with you. You had 8 hours sleep last night.
Well, I need 9. Which one got you up?
Sue. She just sat there and giggled. I mean, if it was teeth or something, but when they get you up for a laugh, it's a bit much.
Yeah, sure it's not come, love. It's Friday. Have you never heard of Publish and Be Damned?
There's no need to swear.
It's the title of a book.
I don't know what you're getting so excited about. You never read it when it does come.
Oh, what about the public announcements column?
What about it?
Well, I always read the court circular. The lads at the Junction tap room would like to thank mine host for a smashing New Year's Eve roll on St. Pat's.
It's nothing to do with David, is it?
What do you mean?
An article. They've not done one, have they?
I don't know, love. Anyway, I've got no control over what they write.
You did put that woman off, didn't you?
Yeah, of course I did.
So there's nothing she could write.
Well, no, not really.
Your breakfast on the table.
It's the little paper, come.
It's on your chair. Well, you are going to eat that, aren't you?
Huh?
Eat. You put that stuff in your mouth and you move your jaws up and down.
Oh, yeah. That's all I needed.
What?
They've only flaming well gone and done an article on me.
Have they? What does it say?
Well, hang on a minute. Oh, flame. What do they think they're doing?
Well, what's wrong?
The little boy who laced up his first football boots at the age of 9 and dreamt of Wembley saw that dream shattered 16 years later on a frozen football field. What a load of old rope.
Well, at least they're on your side.
Look, I can jolly well do without them. By Jackie Marsh and Clive Owen, Fleet Street, here we come.
Told you before, David, you're too sensitive.
Look, Homer, I don't want you spelling out in big black type that I'm some sort of pathetic has-been. Oh, there's a lot more, too. That was just to whet your appetite. Our kid's been shouting his mouth off. I think that David will now have to face facts and find himself a job at a local factory, said 27-year-old school teacher Kenneth Barlow of 9 Coronation Street. Although I understand that Mr. Lambert has offered him a job at his local engineering firm. David is now considering the offer. Who says I am?
I thought you asked for one.
Well, I'm not. Not now, today, tomorrow, next week, or any other time. Full stop. They can face that fact.
Oh, well, as long as we know.
Boy, I thought I could have trusted my own brother.
David,
What?
your breakfast's going cold.
Yes, that was them. Ooh, I think my bloodstream's frozen.
I thought alcohol was supposed to have a low freezing point.
That's not funny, how, Hilda. It's like the Antarctic out there, I'll tell you. Even the milk's frozen. They want tea this morning, have to break it off in lumps. Where's the teapot?
In the kitchen. Hey, our David's article's in.
Oh, aye.
Yeah. Oh, it's very well put, Stan. They've mentioned our Irma's anguish.
Oh, what?
Her anguish. You know what you get when tragedy strikes. A grim-faced doctor. He did look grim, didn't he, Stan?
Ah.
Told David and his family, that's us, that the sustained injury was worse than they feared. His attractive 21-year-old bride, Irma, gasped as she heard the doctor tell David that his playing days were over. Do you remember her gasping, Stan?
No.
Oh, you sure she didn't gasp?
No.
Funny. His schoolteacher brother, 27-year-old Kenneth Barlow of 9 Coronation Street, told our reporter, "It is tragic to think that it is only 2 months ago since the whole family gathered to see David and Irma walk down the aisle together on their wedding day." Ah, Kenneth's got a lovely nature, you know. Of course, it wasn't an aisle, really, was it? More like a corridor.
Ah, and we weren't there.
No, well, they have to make it sound nice, Stan. That's their job.
I saw your chariot out there, mate.
What's the matter?
I'm escaping from Jerry Booth, the demon worker.
What do you mean?
It's work. It's got him in its grip. He can't leave it alone.
Oh, it's horrible when he gets into this age like
You
that.
know my motto, don't you? Fair day's work for the fair day's pay, but not every flaming day.
You ought to be ashamed of yourself, both of you.
You keep your oar out of it.
Well, look at him, a grown fella playing hooky.
He wants to go roofing in this weather.
Well,
Well, all right, if Jerry the red-nosed reindeer wants to go roofing, that's all right, but I've got my complexion to think about.
Ooh, you're bone idle, the pair of you.
Hilda, you shouldn't talk about other people's afflictions.
So you see, I thought if I could hide out here for a while, he might call the chase off and then I can go back to bed, you see.
Ah, good idea. Do you want a cuppa?
So you got a bottle of ale, eh?
Ah, from last night. Do you want it? You can have it if you want it.
We split it.
You can have it, mate.
Oh, lovely. It'll put a lining on my stomach, you know.
Ah.
Do you know it's only 8:45?
Eh?
In the morning?
Oh, yeah.
And you're boozing?
Disgusting. Have you got an opener?
Ah, there's one here.
Yeah.
Well, if you'll excuse me, I've got some work to do.
Right. What are you doing home, Stan?
Oh, just come in for a warm, you know.
It's better.
Have you got any good homes for tomorrow?
What, coupon?
Ah.
No, I'll leave it to the last minute. A quick thaw might make all the difference, you know.
Oh, that's true.
Can't be.
Hello, Mr. Ogden.
Under the table, I'll come, yeah.
Hello, Mr. Ogden. Mr. Fairclough with you?
Mr. Fairclough?
Aye.
Oh, Mr. Fairclough.
I mean, that's not him under the table, is it?
Oh, you mean Len.
I'll be with you in a second, Jerry.
Morning, Mr. Fairclough. I've been looking for you all over.
Yeah, well, I had to mend his leg. His table leg, you see.
That's funny, I don't remember it. It's not in book either.
Oh, no, it was a personal favour. I promised you faithfully now, didn't I?
Oh, yes, Jerry, he promised me.
Morning, Jerry.
Morning, Mrs. Ogden.
Have you finished the table leg, Len? Oh, thanks very much. Stan?
What?
Can I have that 7 and sixpence?
What's 7 and 6 pence?
Oh, Stan, don't tell me you forgot. Towards having my hair done. You promised.
Where?
When Len said he'd come and fix the table leg.
Morning, Kenneth, lads.
Morning, Miss Petty.
What can I do for you?
Have a packet of blades, stainless, please.
5?
Yeah, fine. Could I have a flick through your paper?
Oh, you can have it. Thought my advert would be in it, but I must have been a bit too late.
Oh, right, thanks. What do I owe for the blades?
2 and 4 to you.
Great. The advert about the shop, you mean?
Yeah, I expect it'll be next Friday. There we are then. Tuppence change.
Good. Thanks so much, and thanks again.
It's a pleasure.
Oh,
Hello, kid.
hey, by the way, what's that word for when one brother kills another?
Fratricide. Why?
Nothing. I just wondered.
Morning, arm up.
Morning, Mr. Petty.
Morning, Mrs. Sharple.
Oh, so you're still here then?
In body, if not in spirit, Mrs. Sharples.
Oh, aye. And was your body thinking of hopping off to join your spirit?
In due course, Mrs. Sharples, in due course. And credit customers like yourself and Mrs. Caldwell will receive adequate notification, and all outstanding accounts will be settled forthwith.
You know, Jack, love, this place really does need something. You only notice it when you've travelled. Jonah Gordon drove me out to some lovely establishments. You'd have adored them, Jack. Little stone inns with white gravel car paths for caterings only, you know.
Aye, and 2 and 10 a pint for bitter.
Nice electric log fires burning and little plastic swords as cocktail sticks. You know, it's nothing much, Jack, but it does somehow raise the tone.
Stan Ogden comes in here to sup ale, not to stab cherries out of dry martinis.
Still, I think we could widen our scope a little, Jack. Now, just supposing we were suddenly asked for a glass of Polish baboonia.
Baboonia?
Genuine old Polish mead.
Well, genuine old Polish Ivan Chivesky never asked for one when he lived here. Why should Albert Tatlock start?
Yes, well, I sense an oncoming revolution, Jack. I'm attuned to these things. And I should like to start with the cheese board.
Hey, we should never sell any cheese, Annie, and all the mice from the raincoat factory will be over here every night having parties.
Hello, Annie.
Hello.
Give me a pint of poison, will you, look? Hey, you having one when you're on the job?
Oh, I'll just have half, thanks.
Right, we don't want you drunk in charge of a rooftop, now, do we?
Do you fancy a gherkin with it, Len?
No, thanks, mate. I knitted one myself for Christmas. I knitted one. Is it something I said?
Well, Annie thinks we should go all fashionable, you know. Cheese boards and things.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's difficult to say where the humour, if you can call it that, lies in the mere suggestion to provide a much-needed and sadly lacking cheese board.
Well, very good, Mrs. Walker. I'm very particular to a well-hung cheese myself.
Thank you, Jerry. You see, Jack, public demand.
Oh,
Hey, don't you worry. We'll make you a cheese board,
Hey,
Mrs.
Mrs. Walker, our David's in the paper.
Hello, mate. How's the roofing go there?
Oh, we did very well considering we was late starting.
And we'll be late finishing and all. What do you mean?
Mixed.
Find a mix, Jack, will you?
Find a mix coming up.
Oh, it's a beautiful article, Mrs. Walker. I went through 2 hankies of my tea towel reading it. Kenneth said some lovely things about our David.
Oh,
Hiya.
Ah, come in. It is 27-year-old school teacher Kenneth Barlow, isn't it?
Yeah.
Read any good newspapers lately?
Just.
Ah, well. Have a drink. Celebrate your name in print, like.
No, thanks. It's a bit early for me, Dave, and I'm working this afternoon.
Working? All right. I've forgotten all about that. You must tell me what it's like sometime.
Hitting the hard stuff a bit, aren't you, Dave?
Oh, Big Brother is watching you. Hey, that's not so bad, is it? Big Brother is watching you. Bring up that bird on the paper. She could use that.
Look, Dave.
Oh, here we are, the serious bit. Look, Dave, she put words into my mouth. I didn't really tell her anything. You gave her all the mush she wanted.
Look, Dave, I just...
Look, Dave, I tried to be firm, honest. Especially after you'd phoned and told me not to tell her anything. Ah, forget it. I could have fancied it myself.
And what does that mean?
Well, it's just what it... Oh! I've struck home.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Hey, come on.
What?
You fancied it. Be
No,
honest, you
don't be a
fancied
fool.
it.
Don't be a fool,
You
Dave.
fancied it.
Look, you're half tight and you don't know what you're saying.
Brother Kenneth fancied a bird. Fancy that.
Look, for Pete's sake, shut up, will you?
Oh, temper.
All right, Dave, look, I'm off now. There's no point in talking to you when you're like this. I'll see you tonight then, eh?
Ken,
What?
you can't be good. Be careful.
Mr. Petty,
Hmm?
can I ask you something?
I'll have to hear the question first, Irma.
Yes, well, you know, if you sell this shop...
Ah, correction there, Irma. When I sell the shop.
Yes, when you sell the shop. Well, what'll happen to me? I mean, the new owner might not want an assistant, eh?
Ah, yes, well, I've been dwelling on that quite a bit, Irma. Of course, I can't guarantee they'll keep you on, but I've been making a strong recommendation that they do. You see, you know the customers. That's the main point to a buyer.
Have you got a buyer?
Not yet. It hasn't been really advertised. You know, it might drag on for months.
Suppose it'd take a lot of money, though, wouldn't it?
Oh, fair bit. Goodwill and stock. Oh, 1,700, something like that. All right. Well, we seem a bit quiet. I think I'll finish off my Schedule D. Keep an eye on things, will you, Irma?
Yeah?
Oh. What's a lovely brush like you doing in a dump like this?
David.
Oh, I didn't know that you were a ventriloquist. But I'll never say that again.
Are you all right, David?
Oh, I've seen you somewhere before. Now, don't tell me. It was at a wedding. Oh, it was at a wedding.
You're drunk, David. Where did you get it?
Here, give us a kiss.
No,
I'll
David.
pinch your garter.
David, stop
Give
it.
us a pinch. Give us a kiss, you rotten thing. Give us a
David,
kiss.
what about Mr. Petty?
I'm not kissing him. You've got to draw the line somewhere.
Stop it, David. Now, stop it.
David, is Mr. Petty available?
He's in the back, Mrs. Walker. Would you like to go through?
Thank you, Emma. Emma? If I were you, dear, I should get him home. That's my advice.
If I were you, dear, I should get him home. Yes,
David, listen. We've got one wage coming in, haven't we? And if you don't get out of here quick, we'll not even have that.
Oh, you look lovely when you're roused. Give us a kiss.
I do hope that I'm not intruding, Mr. Petty.
Not at all, Mrs. Walker. Sorry place is in such a mess. No woman's touch.
Ah, but still you keep it very nice and tidy. And they do say that a room reflects the personality. Ah, French impressionist, isn't it?
I think it's what's called the Dutch school, Mrs. Walker.
Oh, yes, of course. Very similar, you know. It was the bold brushwork that misled me for the moment. I'm an avid follower of Sir Kenneth Clarke, you know.
Oh, the art fella. Does a bit on the telly.
Oh, and so well, Mr. Petty. You know, he has opened my eyes, has Sir Kenneth. And it's not just that he knows his subject matter so well. He is so obviously a gentleman.
I think he's on to a bob or two.
Ah, but it's not the money, is it? It's the breeding. You and I know that, Mr. Petty. Good breeding comes over so well, you know, on television. Now, when Sir Kenneth smiles, good evening, you know that there is not going to be the slightest suggestion of impropriety. He even described that naked Magyar woman, you know, in the most innocent terms.
I don't think I caught that one, Mrs. Walker.
Oh, yes. Goya, you know.
Oh,
yes. He used to do one with and one without.
Oh, without what?
Well, clothes, to put it crudely. You see, you have to cast your mind back to the period. In those days, apparently, it was frowned upon to hang your naked wife on the wall. So, Goya used to do 2 pictures for the price of one, as it were.
Oh, I see. Well, that's very interesting, Mrs. Walker. It's a bit like doing the tax, isn't it? You know, one for you, one for the tax.
Yes. And talking about Sir Kenneth leads me to the subject of my visit.
Oh, I see. You want to buy the picture?
Oh, no. No, the betting shop.
Oh, of course, that's all fallen through, Mrs. Walker.
Yes, I know, Jack told you. And I wanted you to know how much I appreciate you resisting that man's efforts to buy you out.
Well, Smith, well, I'm still going to sell the shop, Mrs. Walker.
Yes, but as a going concern.
That's true enough.
And on to pastures new. Oh, you know, we've done our best to raise the standards round here, but sometimes I feel that it's a losing battle. Whatever happens, you must not blame yourself, Mr. Petty.
No, well, I'll bear that in mind, Mrs. Walker.
Look at that. Perfect bottle control.
That's what happens when you keep them at school until they turn 15. Well, Whimsical Walker, I'll bet you don't know who he was.
Oh, hello, it's Mrs. Sharples, isn't it? Do you come here often?
Well, I used to before they turned it into a circus.
And Mrs. Caldwell.
Oh, hello, David.
Oh, yes, a new hat you've got, isn't it? I know a trick with a new hat. You take an egg, and can I borrow your hat?
You keep it where it is. He's none too safe and he's none too sober neither.
Mrs. Sharples, can I get you something, please?
Yes, I'll have a small loaf if you've got one left, and he hasn't been handling it.
Charlie was very good with eggs. He could make them disappear up his nose. I don't know how he did it.
Oh, you need a knack.
I think you need a big nose too, David.
No, you need a knack. Yeah. Well, I'll bet you that I can take the bottom tin from that pile without just...
Very good. What do you do by way of an encore?
That husband of yours do that?
Oh, I think it was an accident, Mr. Petty.
Not running away like that, it weren't. Irma, I'll speak to you later.
Well, what about Everton?
No, it's January. It's not their month.
All right. United?
No, they're saving themselves for the cup.
You know, I fancy Amacad.
Amacad, there's no foreign teams on.
That's what it says here, look. Amacad.
That's Hamiltonac Academicals, and they're on coupon.
Well, I fancy them. Do you want me to perm them?
No, 8 straight lines. Listen, love, you put the crosses down, I'll do the thinking, eh?
Oh, hey, Stan. What about number 49? 7 times 7.
I've got it. Bolton and Southampton. It's the weather, you see. The like a light ball at Burnden Park keeps it floating.
Right, now, we only want one more.
Yeah.
Oh, what about Amacad?
Oh.
Oh, they're at Swansea.
That's it. A nice breeze up the Bristol Channel, and we've cracked it.
You've been saying that for the past 22 years.
Well, you've got to practice, haven't you?
You know, when we used my tea leaves, we won 16 and 8pence. And if you'd been born on the 11th instead of the 12th, we could have retired on my birthday plan. Why wasn't you born on the 11th?
I don't know.
Oh, who's winning?
Who's always winning? Behind me back and all. 7 and 6 blooming blackmail money this morning. We made a copy.
Yes, Stanley.
You see? You put across where it says no publicity.
I've done that, Stanley.
And stop calling me Stanley, will you? I don't want a load of begging letters. I want to be left alone. Keep this thing quiet. Live as I've always lived. I'm going to catch the last post now.
And your first pint.
Have you done David's socks, man?
Oh, yes, Chuck, I've downed them in the sideboard left hand. Hey, that were a lovely article about David in the paper.
Yeah.
I bet he's pleased.
Oh, he is. It's gone to his head, that and a bottle of booze.
How do you mean, Chuck?
Well, don't ask me why, but he hated it.
Well, where's he now?
Suppose he's at home, sleeping it off.
That's what comes of mixing wine, gums and shandies, Jerry boy. Come on, 2 pints, Jack.
2 pints, right.
Oh, hey, Mr. Ogden, what's up with your David?
Oh, he's all right. He's just one ahead of Len and me, that's all.
Mrs. Tanner, couldn't you persuade David to go home?
Well, I could have a try. I don't think it does much good. You won't know whether it's me or a fella. Hey, come on, Ringo. Come on, you still in the land of the living?
Oh, get off.
Give him a big kiss, love.
You're joking, of course. Come on, Chuck, come on. It's your Auntie Elsie. Come on. Well, that's me finished short of the dance of 7 veils.
Hey, David, Bobby Law's got you.
Oh, get lost.
Oh, I can take it. Do you think it's something I said? Still, it's not bad, this, is it? It's better than aspirin. You know, I think I'll take up boozing seriously.
Oh, flipping pencil.
Hey,
Sorry, love.
it's David, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, it's not your fault.
What's not?
The article.
Oh, yeah, the article. Well, David thinks it is. He should have heard him at dinner time.
Oh, I can imagine it. He's sitting out at everybody.
Well, I don't mind telling you, love, I'm worried. This article seems to be the last straw.
Well, there's nothing wrong with it. I don't think he read it properly.
No, it's not the point. He didn't want an article writing in the first place. I mean, it doesn't matter what it says, does it? And, of course, he thinks I revealed all.
But you didn't.
No.
Well, he's just being impossible.
Yeah, I know, but where does that leave us?
Come in!
Hello, Jerry.
Hello, Ken. I'm sorry to disturb you, like.
That's all right, mate. What can we do for you?
Well, well, it's your David, really.
Oh, what now?
Well, he's in Rovers, like, and he's not feeling too grand.
You mean he's paralytic?
Oh, yeah, sort of.
Oh, Ken, you better go.
I'm stopping here.
Ken!
Sorry, love.
No, it's all right, Val. I'll tell you what, I'll go back and have another go, and then I'll come and let you know, like.
Oh, well, thanks, Jerry. It's very kind of you.
It's all right, Val. I mean, somebody's got to do it, haven't they?
Ken, go after him.
No.
You're as bad as David. You can't just leave him sitting in the Rovers. What's wrong?
Well, if I went there, he'd come out with a bottle or something, wouldn't he?
Well, I don't see what having a row's got to do with it. It's your brother.
Mm-hmm.
What was that row about?
But that article, I've told you, I don't know how many times.
Hello, Emma. Right, I'll leave him to you then now.
Thanks, Jerry. Thanks very much.
It's all right. Right, well, I'll see you then. What's you crying for?
No, I'm not crying.
Yes, you're crying. Oh, I feel rotten.
Well, how do you think I feel?
What's you on about?
You? David, we've only been married 2 months.
Oh, smashing. Give us a
They
kiss.
say daughters end up marrying the fathers, don't they? I tried to get as far away from mine as I could.
Oh, I'm not like your dad. Hey, have I got anything to drink?
You're exactly me, Dad. Look at you. Drunk.
I'm not drunk. Oh, don't cry, love. I don't
Oh,
like
get
it.
off me. I don't want you mauling me.
Mauling you? Is that what you call it, mauling you?
Oh, I can't take much more, David.
Oh, well, you don't have to hang about, kiddo. There's no flaming future in it.
You know what you say?
Oh, love, I'm sorry, I didn't... Oh, Emma, I love you.
I've been thinking and I wanted to talk to you tonight because I've got an idea.
Oh, all right. Right, love. I'm listening. Honest, I'm listening.
Right. Well, I've been thinking we could buy the corner shop. You see, Mr. Petty wants about 1,700 for it, and, well, you can get some of it on a mortgage. What do you say?
The corner shop.
Yeah, well, it's a very good little business,
Oh,
David.
you thought it all out by a little solve, didn't you?
Well, it's up for sale and I can run it all right.
The corner shop.
Well, what do you say?
Oh, we're really moving into the big time, aren't we?
Oh, David, will you stop feeling sorry for yourself?
I've got one. What about, cut your coat according to your cloth?
What do you mean?
You think I'm all finished too, don't you? All washed up just like the rest of them. Hmm? The flaming corner shop? Well, you're not dragging me down to your level.
I don't know what you're talking about. It's somewhere to live and money coming in, isn't it?
Somewhere to live, Coronation Street. Yes, madam, no, madam, for the rest of my life. Oh, you must be stupid.
Well, I don't know. Coronation Street's been good enough for you for a long time.
Why, you'd be all right, wouldn't you, with your mother living a few
Oh, all right,
doors away,
Debbie, I don't want to hear anymore.
Back with your mother, that's where you belong.
I warned you.
Well, you can save your breath. Hey, where you off, love?
Where am I going?
Where you going?
I'm going back to Coronation Street because I'm sick, David. I'm just up to here with you. I've had enough.
Well, that makes two of us.